Hey, imagine this for a second. You wake up tomorrow morning and your home is freezing cold. There's no heat, no electricity, and the temperature outside, -7 degrees Fahrenheit.
And here's the scary part. This isn't happening to just one or two people. Right now, over 1 million people are living exactly like this.
What's up, everyone? I'm Alex, and you're listening to Talk to English, the podcast where you learn English and stay updated with what's happening around the world.
And I'm Jessica. So listen, today we've got a really important story for you about Ukraine.
But here's why you should stick around. While we're talking about this news, you're also going to learn tons of useful English vocabulary and phrases.
Exactly. So by the time we're done here, you'll understand what's happening in the world and you'll improve your English. Two birds, one stone. Wait, let me explain that for everyone. The Speaker of Parliament is like one of the most important leaders in the government. It's a very high position.
Right, so this guy, he was recently visiting Washington, D.C., and he showed people something on his phone.
What did he show them?
He showed them the temperature inside his own apartment back in Ukraine. And guess what? It was just barely above freezing.
His kitchen and bathroom were almost as cold as being outside.
So think about that for a second, everyone. If a top government leader is living in those conditions, what do you think regular families are dealing with?
Yeah, and this situation, it's not getting better. In fact, it might be getting worse.
Okay, so before we go deeper into this story, let's talk about why you should care about what's happening in Ukraine.
Right. I mean, some of you might be thinking, I live far away from Ukraine. Why does this affect me?
Well, here's the thing. What happens in one part of the world can affect all of us. Let me give you an example.
Please do.
Okay, so when there's a war or conflict in one country, it can affect food prices, gas prices, and even the economy in your country.
Oh, that's a good point. Like, if you've noticed that some things at the grocery store got more expensive in the last few years?
Exactly, that's partly because of this war. Ukraine grows a lot of wheat and corn. When the war started, food prices went up around the world.
So listeners, even if you live thousands of miles away, global events like this can touch your daily life.
Plus, understanding these stories helps you have better conversations in English. You can talk about current events with friends, at work, or in class.
And that's what we're here for, to help you learn English through real-world topics.
All right, so let's get into the details. Jessica, how exactly is Russia attacking Ukraine's energy system?
Okay, everyone. So Russia is using something called drones and missiles to attack power plants and electrical systems in Ukraine.
Hold up. Let's explain what a drone is for anyone who doesn't know.
Good idea. So a drone is like a small aircraft that flies without a pilot inside. It's controlled remotely, kind of like a remote control toy, but much bigger and more dangerous.
Right. And Russia is sending swarms of these drones. That means lots and lots of them at the same time to attack Ukraine.
The word swarm is interesting here. When we say swarm, we usually think of bees, right? Like a swarm of bees.
Exactly. A swarm means a large group moving together. So imagine hundreds of drones flying together toward one target. That's what Ukraine is facing.
And here's what makes this really difficult for Ukraine. They don't have enough air defense systems to protect against all these attacks.
Okay, so what's an air defense system? Let me break that down for you guys.
Please do.
An air defense system is basically equipment that can shoot down missiles and drones before they hit their targets. Think of it like a shield that protects you from attacks coming from the sky.
So Ukraine needs more of these shields, but they don't have enough?
That's right. Ruslan Stefanchuk, remember him, the Speaker of Parliament we mentioned earlier?
Yeah, the guy with the freezing apartment.
Right. Well, he said Ukraine desperately needs more missiles for their Patriot defense systems and other anti-drone technology.
So they're trying to make life so difficult that people just give up?
That's part of it, yes. Now, listeners, you might be wondering, is anyone trying to help Ukraine? The answer is yes, but it's complicated.
Okay. Let's break this down. So, President Trump asked Russia to stop attacking Ukraine's energy infrastructure for 1 week, from January 25th to February 1st.
Right. That's called a truce. A truce means both sides agree to stop fighting for a certain period of time.
Like a timeout in a game?
Exactly. Perfect example, Jessica. It's like calling timeout during a sports game. Everyone stops for a bit.
So did Russia actually stop attacking during that week?
Well, Ukraine's President Zelensky said Russia didn't really follow the truce. They kept attacking.
So the timeout didn't work?
Not really. And when the week ended, Russia actually increased their attacks even more.
Wait, you're telling our listeners that Russia attacked harder after the truce ended?
Yes. And here's the timing. This happened while Ukrainian and Russian officials were meeting face-to-face in Abu Dhabi to talk about ending the war.
Hold on. Abu Dhabi, that's in the United Arab Emirates, right? For people listening who don't know geography.
That's right. Abu Dhabi is a city in the UAE in the Middle East, and Ukrainian and Russian representatives met there to negotiate.
Okay, so let me understand this. They're talking about peace in Abu Dhabi, but at the same time, Russia is bombing Ukraine harder?
Exactly. That's why some people say Russia isn't taking the peace talks seriously.
Wow, that's frustrating to hear.
It is, but here's something interesting that happened recently. Do you know Elon Musk?
The Tesla guy, the SpaceX guy?
Yes. So Elon Musk owns a satellite internet service called Starlink.
Wait, let's explain that for everyone. A satellite is like a machine that orbits around Earth in space, right?
Exactly. And Starlink uses these satellites to provide internet access. Now, here's the problem. Russia was using Starlink to control their drones that were attacking Ukraine.
What? So Elon Musk's technology was being used to attack Ukraine?
Not intentionally, but yes, Russia found a way to use it. But this week, Elon Musk agreed to disable Russia's access to Starlink.
So now Russia can't use it anymore?
That's right. And Ukrainian officials say that because of this, Russia's attacks have started to slow down a little bit.
Okay, so that's at least some good news.
It is, but listeners, you need to understand, the situation is still very serious.
Right. Let's talk about the human cost here, Alex. What are the actual numbers?
Okay, so according to the United Nations, in 2025 alone, that's just 1 year, more than 2,500 civilians were killed, and over 12,000 were injured.
That's a 31% increase compared to 2024.
So, listeners, when we talk about this conflict, these aren't just numbers on a screen. These are real people, families, children.
And they're all dealing with this while freezing in their homes. So the goal is to make the war so expensive for Russia that they have to stop.
That's the idea, yes. Okay, everyone, let's do a quick vocabulary review. We learned a lot of new words today.
Yes. Let's go through them. First word, infrastructure.
Infrastructure means the basic systems a country needs to function, like roads, power plants, and water systems.
For example, the city is investing money to improve its infrastructure.
Perfect. Next word, drone.
A drone is an aircraft that flies without a pilot inside. It's controlled remotely.
Example, the photographer used a drone to take pictures from above.
Great. Next, swarm.
A swarm means a large group of things moving together, like a swarm of bees or a swarm of drones.
Example, a swarm of birds flew across the sky.
Good one. Next word, truce.
A truce is when both sides in a fight agree to stop fighting for a period of time.
Example, the two countries agreed to a temporary truce.
Excellent. And our last word, sanctions.
Sanctions are economic punishments one country uses against another country to change their behavior.
Example, the government imposed sanctions on countries that violate human rights.
Perfect. So listeners, what can you take away from today's episode?
Well, first, you've learned how to talk about international conflicts and war-related topics in English.
Right. These are words you'll hear on the news, in conversations, and in articles. Now you understand them.
Second, you learned that global events, even ones happening far away, can affect your life.
And third, understanding these situations helps you become a more informed global citizen.
Here's something you can do. Try to have a conversation in English about this topic with a friend or classmate. Practice using the vocabulary we learned today.
Great idea. And remember, everyone, learning English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about understanding the world around you.
All right, everyone, that's all for today's episode. Let's do a quick summary.
Ukraine is facing its coldest winter in decades while Russia attacks their energy systems. Over 1 million people are without heat or electricity.
The U.S. has stopped military aid but Europe is helping with equipment and economic sanctions against Russia.
And peace talks are happening, but the situation remains very serious.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Tell us what topic you want us to cover next.
And remember, keep practicing your English every day. Even just 10 minutes makes a difference.
We'll see you in the next episode of Talk to English.
Stay curious, stay learning.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.